The lid. Oops. Let's go. Okay, test number 2. Let's see if we fix this. Streaming error. Okay, hopefully things are working this time. Let's see. Sounds better. And it looks like we're actually streaming. Okay, good. Alright, let's get one. Oops, not mean to do that. Let's get one good debate. Okay. So I think it's working now, which is good. Step in the right direction, right? Okay. We are in business. If only now we could get some viewers. I'm on here for a good time and for a long time, but not today. I'm actually on here for like a minute today. So, we'll see how this goes.
Ew.
Great. Someone hiding their face and skipping me. Sometimes I think they just look at me and they just get triggered. hmm But the stream's going in the right direction now. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to have 0 viewers in this one, but um, at least it's working. The other ones didn't even work, right? I had a black screen, I had this issue, I had that issue. It's just nothing but live stream trauma and drama nonstop. Okay. Well, I think we are in business. Let's go. Hey, what's
Dude,
up, man?
I get on these things, and when I debate somebody, I don't. It's like they explode, dude.
What, liberals?
No, it's just like one person who was trying to defend abortion,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to him, and I was like, I was just making way too much sense, and he just explodes, dude. And I've had this happen so many times, like
I'm
where
happy you said that, man. Me too. It's like glitching them out. You know, they can't
yeah.
handle a simple concept like there's two genders and their head explodes.
Let me give you the argument that I gave him.
Wait, real quick, just so you know, I'm live streaming right now, so you're aware.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool.
Can I ask how many people there are?
0. I'm gonna probably clip it.
Oh, okay.
I just made a kick account, but I'm mainly on TikTok.
Okay, well, if you'd like to hear, I think we were on politics or debate or something like that,
Yeah.
and he's like, I agree. I I believe in pro-choice, all this stuff, and I was like, okay, to some extent, I agree with you about government policy, but I don't agree. Who's putting at 20 weeks? I was saying I don't agree that before 20 weeks it would be a morally neutral outcome to abort a fetus.
Right.
And I was like, there's a distinction between life and consciousness, because he was on about this consciousness stuff. It's not conscious. And I'm like, even if it's not conscious, it's fundamentally true to me that taking a life is wrong. And he's like, well, how do you know that's wrong? How do you know that's wrong? And I'm like, because it doesn't make me feel good. And
Mm.
he's like, well, some people feel good. What if I feel good doing it? I'm like, then you should see a doctor. I mean, there's a consensus in society that we can agree on, and there's a natural law, and intention is in the background of murder. Like, if you murder somebody with intention, it's a completely different charge from
Yeah.
not murdering
Yeah.
somebody with intention. So there's a whole deal of morality and intention. And he just said, you're wrong. And I said, that's not an argument. And he said, you're wrong. And I said, that's not an argument. And he just repeated it 5 times. And he just kept getting louder and louder. It's not an argument. And he
The
skipped.
meme, the triggered liberal meme, is a meme because it's real. It's when you can't defend your position, people get triggered. It's like very human. It's a human thing, right? Like when there's no argument, you just get angry.
Yeah, I just wanted an argument. Like, really, I just wanted him to respond to it. But he just
Man.
can't
They
say.
can't. Even when you get into the trans topic, it's all theory. Like that's what it all comes down to. It's like theoretically, because some guys prefer girls' clothing and girls' toys, theoretically that means that they are actually a girl. Like it's just all theory. None of it's based in fact or actual science ever.
And have you had a few liberals that have been triggered by you?
Okay. I was gonna teach that guy a better argument, but okay, it's fine. Hey, I need to get like, not you. I need to get one good content on here. Then I better block the screen. Weird shit pops up on there. One good debate, and then I will sign off for this today. I'm tired.
Sometimes it's not. So thankfully.
What's up? I just wanted to fix the stream. Well, we got the new mic. It's exciting. It's not actually it's an old mic, but it's new. What's up? It's new to my equipment on the computer. I just got the proper. You can't see it, but there's an adapter. I'm streaming from a MacBook Pro laptop, not a computer like everybody else. So I've had to do a lot of adapting since it's not a proper PC for streaming. What are you gonna do? But I'm so excited. This is the first stream that actually.
Hey, this is so confusing.
This is the first stream that fully worked. So I just want to get one debate, and then I want to see if it's saved to my computer, and then I need to clip it. So a few things have to be done today. Let's see how this goes. Nope. I want to debate an American, not because I dislike those people, but I don't think some guy in India is going to have an opinion on our American issues. Oh. What's up, man? Okay. What's up, man?
Really? What's up?
How you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. I'm here to debate some people. You down for that?
Let's go. What you want to talk about?
Oh, let's debate some math, bro.
Math?
Yeah.
You want to do math? You good with math?
First, just so you know, I am live streaming, just so you're aware.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's perfect, dude. Yeah, my favorite thing to do is math debate. I math debate at least like once or twice a day.
How would you?
He's right here.
How would you even?
He's
debate,
right here.
How would you even debate math? I don't understand that.
Can we at least ask what he's wanting to debate about?
Hey, I'm a master debater. Like I said,
Me too.
I like to math debate, but whatever you like to debate's cool.
I mean, what's your guys' like political leaning? If you had to describe it.
Well, you said what, political leaning? No, cuz.
Yeah, let's start somewhere else, bud.
No, cuz.
Why?
That's a little personal at the moment. You know, I just met you. You gotta warm me up first. Buy me a drink a little bit.
You
know
have
what I
a
mean?
drink in your hand. You're warmed up.
No, not quite. Let's go. I just met you.
Oh, what do you want to debate if you're scared of all politics, man? I mean, I guess.
I'm not scared to talk about politics.
It's because he's basically a Nazi. He doesn't want to tell
That
you.
is not true.
So
I'm just a little bit of a private person.
Okay. How many genders are there?
Dude, I don't even know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
I don't pay
What do
attention
you mean, how's
to anything.
that possible, bro?
So
I don't pay attention to anything that happens on the internet.
Have you
at all.
Have you ever been to a gender reveal party, like where they reveal the baby's gender?
No, actually, I haven't.
Have you ever seen?
I actually
them?
really don't like those.
Have you ever seen them though? Like you know what it
Bro,
is, right?
but listen, cut. The reason that they use blue and pink colors is because it's a socially created thing. It's not sex.
Social construct.
It's not a genetic sex. Gender is a social construct. What it means to be man or woman, it depends on the society. That's why we use blue and pink here in America. They don't do that shit in India because it doesn't mean the same thing over there because it's a social construct.
No, it's not a social
We're
construct.
talking about India.
No, dude, you're talking about genetic sex. You're not talking about gender. If gender and sex were the same word, they wouldn't be two different words. You're not. You're literally choosing to ignore the dictionary definition just so you have grounds to argue on.
So
and that's
I'm
fucking
going to answer
shit.
everything you just said. First off, in
I
English,
want you to eat my ass. I want you to eat my ass from the
triggered
back.
liberal. Oh shit, the triggered liberal.
Dude, I've got a fucking imperial Japanese flag hanging. You think I'm a fucking liberal? I just have a couple degrees, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Look it up in the dictionary. You're talking about genetic sex. Gender is a social construct by definition. If you don't accept the definition, then why are you fucking talking about?
Transgenderism is the social construct, ironically. Gender is not a social construct, but transgenderism is a social construct, and I can tell you why.
No, dude. What?
Do you want to know
You're
why?
talking about sex. You're talking about male, female. That is not gender. Male, female is genetic sex, which there's a whole spectrum of intersex in between.
Right, but intersex.
Gender is not what you're talking about. You can talk about sex all you want, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking
but
about.
You're not talking about gender, man.
Yeah, I'm talking about the synonym gender.
That's not a synonym. Dude, that's not a synonym. They're two different words.
Well, yes, the two different words. They are
I get
synonyms.
it. You probably don't understand this because you're so fucking brown.
So let me explain this to you.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, I just triggered a liberal. He skipped me. Why does that always happen? They can't argue. They can't defend their positions.
What are you, fucking conservative?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I'm a Democrat, so I mean, I would love to crush your ass.
Okay, you can try.
Yeah, I mean, want to get right into it? What are you like talking about?
Is there any topic that you feel like you're very, very good at arguing?
Abortion. What do you have to say about it?
Okay. Yeah, we shouldn't do it. It should be illegal unless the mother is going to die. Or like some extreme case, like a child's raped or something extreme, then probably we should allow it. But if it's just like convenient, like, oh, it's not a good time, yeah, definitely. Banned, not allowed.
Why? Like, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's bad for society. Like the same. Why do we have an age of consent? Because if like adults were, pursuing kids, it would be bad for society. So like things that are bad for society, we need to ban. That's why.
At what point is it a human?
I would probably say conception. I'm not religious though. It's
Conception.
I just think like it's the potential. Like it's not a religious take. Just the potential.
Why conception? Is it just DNA?
What's that?
Is it because of DNA?
It's because it's a human being. It's like it's now developing and turning into a human being.
So, but what of it though? It's just developing. I mean, cells in your fucking body are developing. Each one of them are a different human being.
Yeah, but okay. So what's your answer? I guess to me, I don't really. To me, it's like irrelevant. Like, at what point is it? 6 months? 3 months? Like, I just don't. I think it's irrelevant. Like, it's on its way to be a human. Maybe it's 6 months. Maybe it's 3. I don't really know. I think it's irrelevant to the topic.
Sure, but can I ask? Is there a difference between an alive person and a dead person?
Yes.
What is it?
A heartbeat.
Oh, no way. So you just said, like, literally it's not since it doesn't have a heart, it's not a human being. You literally said that. So it wouldn't really be conception then.
Well, like I said, for me, it's like irrelevant whether it's 3 months or 6 months. It's that baby.
But it doesn't have a heart, though. You realize that, right? So it's technically dead.
But a dead person's not going to become alive. A fetus is going to become a person. A dead person is just, that's it. It's over. A fetus still has a heart.
Yeah, but you said for you, like, the difference is the heartbeat. A dead person doesn't have a heartbeat, and so the fetus doesn't really have a heartbeat.
Yeah, so we've now found a difference. But so what?
I mean, okay, but I have a question. So in your argument is basically it's going to become human, correct?
That's not really my main reason, but just to answer your question you asked me, yeah.
Yeah. I have a question. If you're saying it's going to become human, what is it now?
A fetus.
So it's not human.
I guess it's a developing human. So okay, how about when it has a heartbeat? You're still pro-abortion when it has a heartbeat?
Yeah, of course. Like, dude, okay, so I'll tell you my position, and then you can ask me, and then you tell me if you agree or not.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it starts with the deploy of consciousness, okay, and I'll tell you exactly what I mean. That way, you can understand. In my opinion, it's quite reasonable, and I think you're gonna end up agreeing with me, and then you're gonna end up becoming a fucking liberal.
There's a 0% chance.
Can I? Yeah. So I'll tell you what I mean, okay? So, to be honest, when we really say a human being, we're talking about the ability to grasp consciousness, okay? Like having that function. As long as you have the capacity of it, not the fact like you are not able to do like to be conscious doesn't really mean you're human. As long as you have the capacity for it, you are, okay? A dead person doesn't have the capacity to be conscious,
Right.
right? If you do have the capacity for it, for instance, if you're asleep, you still have the capacity for it. Okay. If you have coma, you still have the capacity for it. Why? The part of your brain's still there, and
What
it's
if
actually
what if you're retarded?
the part of your brain's still there, man. Like
Uh-huh.
so, okay. If you're retarded, you literally are still conscious.
But what if you can't perceive it or experience it or value it in any way, shape, or form? Like a severely
You're
disabled person.
dead. You're dead. If you
They're
can't,
dead.
I mean, you're dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care about someone's a vegetable. Um. Okay. So, are you're cool with abortion like at any point? Do you have any cutoff?
No, 6 months. Like after 6 months, it's human being.
Do you think that's kind of
You.
arbitrary?
What do you, oh, I mean, right now with our current technology, yeah, but I would say when I mean 6 months is usually when I say so. But yeah, it varies though. You're right. Yeah.
So okay, so let me give you my issue with abortion now. I don't really know when it's a baby or when it's a person. I don't really care. Also, I'm not religious. I don't think it's like you're gonna go to hell and you're killing a baby. Like it's probably bad to kill babies, and I actually do think it's killing babies, but it's not my beef. Um, do you know what externalities are?
Externality.
Mhm.
What does that have to do with abortion?
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking you. Do you know the concept of an external, like the positive externalities and economics term, and negative externality? You know what they are?
Oh no, actually no.
Okay, so a
No.
positive externality would be like you give everyone, let's say you have a country and you give everyone $1,000, and because of that $1,000, a good portion of people start businesses, and now your country's booming. So there's a positive, non-direct effect of what you did. A negative externality would be like I don't know, you cheat on your girlfriend, and now she's fucked up for life, and now she cheats on her next boyfriend. So like you ruined some other guy's life by cheating on her. So there's a long-term, it's a consequence indirect, it can be positive or negative. Okay.
Okay.
So abortion has a negative externality. The negative externality is that people are irresponsible. Guys, girls, everyone's just saying screw protection. Like we have a get out of jail free card. I'm irresponsible. I get her pregnant. Shit, man, I'll just get the baby removed. And if people aren't responsible, you lose the fabric of society. So and also
Wait. Responsible for what? Like, what do you mean? For having a baby? Like for having what?
right. I think there's something.
Didn't you concede the point that it wasn't human until 6 months? Or are you still gonna argue it's still a human being?
Um, I, I guess if I had to give like an answer, I would say it's human when it starts looking like a person. Like to me, like it's on its way to being a person, and then once that baby is like looking like a baby, then I would say it's a baby.
Looking like a baby?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen like the what is it, like 2 weeks after conception? It's not, it doesn't fucking look like a human being.
Yeah, but it's on its way there.
No, but it doesn't look like a fucking human being.
Okay, but why does that why does it make it okay to kill it?
Because it's not human? What else?
So why? I mean, again, like to me, I'm not too caught up in that. What my issue is that right now the family unit in America is dying. The family unit's dying because no one's responsible. No one's responsible because they don't have to be. We want to incentivize a family unit because without family.
Wait. Okay. When can you give me an example? Like when was it good? Like when was family good?
Probably the 40s and 60s.
Oh, 40s.
Huh?
Interesting. Have you seen like the cheating rates of husbands back in those times?
No,
Because
I
you know what
haven't.
was funny? Like it's funny how you say, "Oh, family was good back in those times." Do you have an idea of like the cheating rates of the infidelity rates of husbands at that time?
No, I have
Do
not
you
seen
have
the
an
stats.
idea? Right.
But
Look at the
even if it is high, I would say two things. One, it's worse.
yeah.
It's worse for the woman to cheat. And two, even if it was not worse or if it's the same, the family unit dying off is a big problem, dude. Even if you could say, oh, men were cheating back then, I'd be with women cheating, whatever.
Dude, have you seen this? I mean, there are huge statistics nowadays. Like even divorced families are able to bring up better child than toxic families like that, man. If I wouldn't like to be a child of a toxic family like that. where the husband is cheating on the wife and the wife has to endure all of that. You
Yeah,
know.
but if it was like so prevalent back then, like why didn't all these kids come out fucked up? Like they just didn't. Dad goes to work, has some fun, comes back. It's not an issue. I mean, it's not
Dude.
good. I'm not condoning it, but
And so you're saying like our current generation is more fucked up than like the 40s generation?
of course.
What's what's your dude? I can give you like so much evidence
So
to like
let's
the fact
backtrack.
that you're saying is wrong.
I want to see if we can
But-
get any common ground here.
Yeah, I can give you like just if you want just a simple fact, dude. Our IQ rates right now are, like way higher. First of all, like than the fucking 40s.
You know they're changing the IQ test, right?
Yeah,
Our
and
IQ is
education huh?
IQ is going down, if you ask me.
IQ's going down.
Yes.
No, dude. Like every like 3 generations, IQ's like up by what is it like 1 point or like 2 points?
I mean, the science might say that. But have you seen the people around you? I mean, man, the people,
Let me see.
society's crumbling. You know, we can't go back to America can't go back to the moon right now because we don't have the technology. We can't build architecture anymore. Like, these real skilled laborer jobs are dying out. People are getting stupider. We're losing skills. We're losing values. We're losing everything.
Okay. Wait. So what's your argument? You're saying like we should have more babies? Like that's your
I'm
argument?
saying abortion leads to degeneracy, and that's my issue with it. I think that we need to bring back the family unit. I think that, like, me included, I'm part of it.
What's a good family like? What's a good family model in your opinion?
A mom and a dad live together and raise kids.
Mom, dad. Like, what about gay marriage? You're against that?
I mean, if two people want to be together, I don't care. But I think it's definitely better to be raised by a mom and a dad. I'm not against gay people being together. I just think it's just objectively better that the kid has a mom and a dad.
So gay people can have kids, right?
I mean, biologically, no, they cannot.
No, but I mean, like, should they be able to?
I mean, as long as it's not hurting the kid, I don't think we should have like laws stopping it. But I wouldn't encourage it either.
What if? Yeah, dude. Like, you've never heard of like the Flint's research, dude? Like every 10 years, like IQ goes up by 3 points. Like, what are you talking about?
They're definitely changing the test. Like, I have looked into this before. I forget the exact like what I'm referring to, but I know they're changing the metrics they use to. And even if it is going up, it's still okay. I'll just go with what you're saying. Let's say IQ's raising. What's that to do with anything with this topic? Like,
What do you mean? I mean, wouldn't that at least show that in some way humans are evolving? Also, I mean,
well, maybe it's natural selection.
technology is way better. I mean, people are more educated too. People are less unemployed than before. I mean, the 1940s, what was it? Unemployment was like way fucking higher. People are working now.
What happened to the days when a man could go support a family? Like, now women have to be in the workforce because a man can't support his family. So of course this crap's gonna unfold. What if what happened? Well, a man could work a job and support his wife and kids, and now he can't.
Wait. So what do you mean? Like, you're
like,
saying that
you know, like
we should go back to the time of only man working and then a woman staying at home?
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't think like society has evolved in like the sense that perhaps women should also be able to go to work?
We progressed in a bad way. So like,
badly?
an ideal government has a combination. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm conservative. I'm not stupid. We need progression. So there has to be progressives for progression. But you also want conservatives to conserve what is good. So you gotta have a balance. I'm sure you'd agree with that. It has to be a balance.
Yeah, but I just don't think that.
So like
balance.
for example, ending like separate but equal. That was good. That was progression. We don't want to have like different laws for black people. That's bad. But
Yeah.
now like this radical feminism, that's also bad. Now we've progressed too far. Now we're looping back downwards. And the way I know that is people aren't having kids anymore. If people aren't having kids, how can society go on? To me, it's just so obvious. If there's not kids, then society is literally dying off. And you could be like, yeah, we could like import immigrants or something, but that's not real. It's not a good solution.
Well, I mean, it's not that we should have more kids. I think you just have it wrong because you see, what tends to happen in rich countries, they want to have less children and prioritize. Okay, what tends to happen though is poor countries usually want to have a lot of children because they just can't afford all of them. So some of them die. Okay, like India. I mean, a lot of places in Africa too. They have a lot of children because they really can't. Some of them may die. Okay, so they have the best opportunity of having like a lot of children. However, in European countries, Germany, USA, countries like that, it shows that families tend to prioritize. So it's not really about having lots of children, but having quality families. As
Yeah, I
you're,
agree. I agree though.
and
Well said.
I mean, I don't know, man, because you see, I understand like your notion of this image of of like, oh, the dad going to work and then the mom staying home, but infidelity rates, man, I don't know.
Okay, but like I want to.
I mean, I just think that since nowadays there is less condemnation to divorces, I think that's the reason why people are nowadays having more divorces too. But
Do you think there's value in a family unit, a society like pushing that?
of course there is, dude. Like, yeah, of course I think there is. Yeah.
So then,
The problem is that I just don't think you have the right notion. In my opinion, what we would need though is I think people should be more educated in interpersonal relationships. I wish people were more educated on how to talk to their
I
partners.
agree. I agree
Deal with it.
100%.
Um, but
So why
yeah,
can't we incentivize a better family
I'm in
unit?
favor of that. Like, if you want
Right.
to, I would be in favor of that. Like, I
But
have no issue with
but
that. The thing though is,
abortion incentivizes degeneracy.
no, no. So I think that people should be able. So look, if you want to have sex, I think you should be able to. It gives you experience too on understanding the other person's body, and it also shows you, okay, I understand. I mean, I don't know if you like having sex, but at least sex is an aspect that allows you to bond really with a person, and that's a way of verifying it. I do not think like I should wait till like look up for a single person and marry that person and then have sex with that person. No, I want to understand the person, see how they are in the bed, explore ways with that person, and then determine is that the perfect partner for me or not. Also, I mean, I can also give you the examples of natural law, man. People back then, I guess, like they didn't. I really don't think that they used to marry, and then I mean, many of the books I've read, man.
But do you see what I'm getting at? So okay, abortion leads to, and I'll say I'm part of it. I'm part of the degeneracy. I am less likely to pull out because in the back of my head, I know I have a get out of jail free card. If I didn't have that and this is how other guys think. I know this is a fact. Girls too. If that get out of jail free card did not exist, people would be more responsible and they wouldn't be having as much unwanted pregnancies. And also, I think part of the human condition, what makes us human, is we find when we have to do things, we find a way. So of course, like it's never a good time to have a kid. Oh, I started a new job. I'm not making enough money. It's never a good time. So you have to force it on people. Like when society's frame was like, you have a kid, you have to raise it. Like it's shameful to get rid of it. People found a way. And when the frame is it's okay to get rid of it, people find a way to get rid of it. Like whatever the frame is, people are gonna do.
Dude, people like having sex, and the fact is that society shouldn't really condemn having sex, but we should. Okay, I just don't understand. Is that don't you see that like things like people enjoy within themselves, like sex, alcohol, things like that? You can't really prohibit those things from people. You can't, man. I understand perhaps. I have seen some statistics that show the less sex that you have, the more likely you are to stay with your partner for a longer time. So I'll
Right.
give you the reason there. Um, but I mean, just like alcohol and sex, man, there are intrinsic things that people want. Perhaps
No.
you can make the argument that yeah, but sex is about having a connection with a person. But um, I mean, I'm a man, you see, so we as men we tend to get sexually aroused more than women.
Yep.
And in fact, when we say we love a woman, we tend to associate it with sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the way a woman makes you feel sexually. So men tend to be quite sexual too. So to I don't feel that it should be restricted in that
But
regard.
I think would you agree it's different for men than women? Like I guess what I'm trying to get at is so here's the catch. Like you're right. Like you should kind of experiment, see what it's like, have the bond before marriage. Like I do agree. It's like I'm not religious. I do think the idea of like waiting till marriage and then you find out the sex is good is kind of sounds risky business. Um, but simultaneously, I think a man having a few partners before he gets married is like no big deal because like for a man we're just like oh she's hot. But if a woman has a few partners, she fell in love with each of those guys. She really liked him. Like women have this emotional bond. There's like oxytocin releases in their head. They have bonding hormones that men don't have. And the reason why they have these hormones is for childbearing. It's all rooted in biology. So to just
I mean,
disregard biology is a big mistake.
statistics show that like regardless, man, whoever what tends to happen with people regardless of sex, man, is that either if you're a woman or a man, the more sexual partners you have, the more it leads to finding a long term partner. Okay, that's why I say though that my opinion, people should have the right to have sex. So I think so. Just like the right to have like to drink. Drinking is
Right.
bad, okay, but people still do it. It's within themselves. Yeah, they like things like that, okay. The same with sex, man. It's just it's within us. We like it. It feels great.
Yeah. So why can't we get married and do it? Like I get it. Like I said, I'm human. I'm not waiting until marriage. But I think that as a society, we should incentivize it. The baseline. We should go back to basically like people are still like when I talk about cheating, right? A lot of times people will say to me, back in the day, the milkman would when the milkman and the would fuck everyone's wife. So like even back then there was cheating when the wife stayed at home. And it's like okay, it's gonna always exist. But as a society, we need to make it very clear: like, being a slut, being a hoe is bad. It is not good. It's not empowering. We should disincentivize it, not illegalize it. I'm not saying the government should say you can't do it, but we as a society need to disincentivize it. So the baseline is have a family.
True, but I mean, imagine you were a woman. Imagine your husband fucking cheated on you. Obviously, you would want a divorce. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to stay with? So I understand that.
But I'm not pro
Well,
cheating.
to be honest, I really don't understand like why men only. Honestly, in that regard, I completely disagree
No,
with
no,
you.
I'm not saying men
I
can cheat.
think cheating is wrong no matter the sex.
Yeah,
If
but
you
it's
cheat and
worse.
you're a fucking guy, it's yeah.
It's worse if a
I'm
woman.
not saying it's no. I do not really think it in that regard. It's like okay, does it really matter if you lie? Like if you lie, does it matter if you're a man or a woman? No,
Mhm.
dude, it's wrong. It's obviously no.
The reason why it's different is because a man's penetrating, a woman's being penetrated. Like think of a room. If people keep walking in a room, the floor gets really dirty. But if you walk into a room, your shoes, one pair. Like I'm sure you've heard the saying, maybe you haven't. A key that can open up any
Okay.
lock is a master
Dude,
key.
okay, I have a counter argument to that, dude. Like, yeah, a fishing rod like catches many fish is a fucking good. It's a good rod, but a rod that only catches one fish is a fucking bad one. The same with pussy. So I like, I don't understand. It's not like that argument is really nonsense, man. Like, look at the statistics. Look, really, the psychology. This proves it. No, men that cheat don't really have good families. So as society, we should condemn both man and woman, not only woman, men too.
I agree.
Okay.
No, I agree. We should condemn both. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
one's worse. Like, would you at least agree that when men cheat, it's like she's hot? When women cheat, there's an emotional thing going on, like an emotional bond.
Dude, when you feel like she's hot, then you have an emotion of like sexual arousal. That's an emotion, dude.
It's
Yeah,
not the
that's
same. When a woman cheats, like I really
Okay.
like this guy. He's special. When us, like, oh, she's got a nice ass and a hot face. Because guys are very visual, women are emotional. I'm not saying it's bad. It just is. I'm not saying men are bad.
dude. It's an excitement and emotion.
Not in the same capacity.
If you feel excited, you say, yeah, that's an emotion. That's a yeah.
I would even go as far as to say,
Dude, dope. Okay.
I would say if a man's cheating, it can truly be like the girl's hot. If a woman's cheating, she's out of love.
And you don't think the woman is also feel like, oh yeah, he's hot too. Yeah. You don't.
Nah, I think that for a woman, it's not, in a
Okay.
relationship, it's not enough. Like just the guy's hot, it's not enough to cheat. She has to like feel like she's
Do you
buying
think-
something.
Do you think that women are more different than they are the same with men?
What do you mean by that?
Are there more differences in women that there are similarities to men?
That'd be a hard question to answer. I don't know. I mean, we're all humans. Like we have a lot more in common than like us and a dog, right? But of course, the genders are different, and the way they behave more. Like one, I forget which is which. But one is more gray matter, and one is like 10 times more white matter. I believe women have more white matter, like 10 times the amount. So the way our emotions, the way we perceive things, the way we react to things is completely different. And that's for like these deep woven biological reasons. A woman having a high body count has a huge, back to the word externality, has a huge negative externality. A man doing it, he can just be like, I busted a nut, now I'm good to come home. But she's like thinking about the guy after, she's in love with him, blah, blah, blah. And also, pair bonding is real.
Okay, when you cheat, does it really matter the reason? Like, I'm cheating. I'm cheating because I love her. I'm cheating because I think she's hot. Does it really matter? Does it really
Again,
matter?
I agree with you. It's bad either way, but I think when the man cheats, he can truly compartmentalize. Like he can truly separate. Like I had some fun for an hour, back home with my wife and
Dude, it
kids.
just seems like you're justifying it. Like, no, accept it. It's wrong.
I said I agree with you. It is wrong. Not the party
Yeah.
should cheat. Yeah. But-
Yeah, exactly.
But do you see the issue with abortion? Like I'm not giving you the baby. It's a baby argument. I'm not giving you a religious argument. I'm just saying that abortion leads to people having more irresponsible sex, and then that is like essentially leading to degeneracy and corruption.
I mean, I can't, dude. Read the statistics. I mean, okay, so countries with a lot of abortions usually like the people are able to afford it. In countries like Africa and South American countries, they have a lot of children
Mm-hmm.
and they do not really have abortion. So the fact that you're able to have an abortion, it shows at least that you're able and you have the economical means for that. Okay, so it shows that people have better families in the U.S. and even in other African countries. So I can make the argument otherwise that it seems that countries with abortion tend to have better families than those that do not
But
have.
maybe that's because we already the country. You're talking about like essentially like savage countries. Like no offense to them, but like maybe America has better families because we're America. I don't think.
Yeah, dude. So you think like they're gonna be able to have an abortion in Africa? They can't. They don't have the fucking money for that. It's expensive.
Yeah, dude, they should be. They should be more responsible.
It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason why that's the reason why they can't have an abortion. Like they're having children. However, in countries that they are able to, damn, it seems.
They.
that
And
they
I'll pair it. That my anti-abortion stance has to be paired with like a Christian or Judeo-Christian society. You have to have a religion, some kind of religion, because I think without religion, people just have no reason to be good or moral or virtuous, and we disregard like the natural order of things.
Okay, dude. I mean, I guess I'm fucking.
All right, I am good with that. I think I caused two liberals to quit the debate because I won and they had no argument against me. So that is a W. How it goes? A W for Plutus. Let's go.